Years ago now, I had an idea for a game that utilized sand timers of differing lengths. The idea would be that you could only move the ones that were out of time, and you had to wait on the longer ones that were more powerful. Think Stratego meets chess via checkers. As I was drafting up my idea, Stonemaier Games came out with Pendulum. I bought it, tried it, didn't care for it, and it made me forget all about my sand timer game. Then Geekway to the West 2026 rolls in with a game called Hummingbirds. Again, this is a game that centers on sand timers. Could this be better? In Hummingbirds, designed by Jason Tremblay and published by The Op, you and your opponents take on the roles of, well, hummingbirds. You fly around getting nectar from flowers. The catch is, the nectar are the sand timers. You can't see them, and the longer ones are worth more points. Leave the flower too early? No points. Stay too long, and your bird is not being utilized to its best ability. Grab your fellow birders, and let's see if this sand timer game is worth playing. Alright, welcome back to Luncheon Board Game. I'm your host, Adam Collins. Let's take a look at the rule clarity for Hummingbirds. It is very clear. There are really just two rules. They are very straightforward and leave nothing in the gray. Time to explain to newcomers. 3 to 5 minutes should suffice. Like I said, there really are just two rules, and they're very straightforward. The rule sheet is one page, front and back. The front has a list of components and the setup. The back has the two actions that can be taken, and the rest of the space lists the timer lengths, point values, and then there are stories from both the designer and the artist on the side. Gameplay. The setup the first time is the hardest, but you can punch it all out and build it before ever taking it to work. And the assembled flower garden fits back into the box nicely. For future games, the only setup is placing the tubes in the corresponding locations, letting all the sand nectar fall to the bottom of each sand timer, and sorting out the flower chits, which are the points. Once every player has their matching two hummingbirds, and all the sand timers are empty, it is time to play. As a group, quickly flip over all the timers and place them into their matching tubes. Purple into purple, yellow into yellow, etc. Then the first player goes. On a turn, there are only two options. Place a bird onto a tube using its magnet, or retrieve a bird and the tube. That's it. Here's the catch. Each color sand timer has a different set time. The 4 purple ones are the shortest at 30 seconds, and the single red is the longest at 10 minutes. With 2 of each, blue at 1 minute, pink 2 minutes, yellow 3 minutes, and white 5 minutes. The object of the game is to score as many points as possible, so corresponding to the length of time are the points scored. The game ends when one type of flower chit is completely gone. So purple scores 1 point, and there are 25 chits. The only red scores a whopping 25 points. Then there are 15 blues at 5 points, 10 pinks at 10 points, 6 yellows at 15 points, and 4 whites at 20 points. So if you pull a bird attached to a sand timer and the nectar is completely gone, the top half of the sand timer is empty, you flip the timer over, take the corresponding color flower chit, and take back your bird. If it is not empty, there's still sand on the top, you place it back into the tube, remove and take back your bird, and lose your lowest point flower you have scored. The game is all about balancing quick hits with longer investments. Also listed in the rules is a no stalling provision, verbatim from the rule sheet. If a player is taking too long, begin a 3-second countdown. This ensures the game keeps moving and puts some pressure on players to act quickly. Replayability. Oh man, does it ever have replayability? I don't think I've ever just sat down and played one game of Hummingbirds. It is so fun to play and frustrating when you pull a high point timer just a little too early and you have to watch your opponent place a bird on it. You just want another try. Component quality. I have a love-hate with this. The game has incredible table presence. The built-up board of flowers looks impressive. It's a nice thick chipboard that should hold up well, as are the tubes holding the timers and the flower point chits. The sand timers are all of standard quality, though, with magnets on each end. The place I take exception is in the beautiful hummingbirds themselves. They look great, molded plastic, but my copy had 3 magnets not attached to the bird upon me opening the game. I had to superglue them back into place, but one magnet then broke. I'm a little disappointed with this coming from the op. I expect more from their QC. Also, I do wish that each color bird was a different shape. Something to make the game just pop a little bit more. Would this be better for gameplay? Nope. But would it look better? Indeed. Lunchtime potential. Absolutely. The box lists the game as 10 to 15 minutes. It's probably a little closer to 20, but still well within the lunch half hour. Artwork. Jess Frank's artwork, while minimal, is terrific. The cover art pulls you into the game. It is simply beautiful. A lot of her artwork is also used on other ancillary things like the flower garden itself and inside the rule sheet. Expansions and other. Not at this time, and I do not see how they could expand this easily. Adding players would convolute the board. Making a bigger board could prove hard to get players to be able to sit around it. Adding more variations of sand timers wouldn't really add much either. So, what I'm saying is, this game probably is what it is. Bang for the buck. I kicked myself for not picking up Hummingbirds while at Geekway to the West for $30. When I finally decided to pull the trigger at the convention and buy it, they were sold out. Luckily, Target had it. And not only did they have it, but they had it on sale for $20. They still do, and it is such a good deal. Summary. I love hummingbirds. My family loves hummingbirds. Did it reignite my desire to make a sand timer game? Maybe a little. But Hummingbird hits on a lot of levels. It is fast and easy to teach. It is very approachable. It can be played by all ages. With no hidden information or reading required, Hummingbirds really is very family-friendly. It currently stands at a 7.3 with just over 200 ratings on BGG. I gave it a solid 8. The game is just too awesome to give it anything less. It would make for a fantastic lunchtime game for you and your coworkers. It plays best at 4 players, and because it is so approachable, you should be able to get new people to play. I give this my full approval. As usual, you can reach out to us at facebook.com/eatlunchandboardgame. You can visit our website, eatlunchandboardgame.com, and leave us a message. And as always, you can email us at eatlunchandboardgame@gmail.com. And remember, board games build bridges.